Before the pandemic, you would drive all over town for an audition. Post-pandemic, majority of auditions are done via self-tape, which means you tape them from home. If you do audition in person, bring a headshot. Chances are no one's going to ask you for one, but I always like to have one just in case. And if you audition in person, casting will tell you exactly where to go, the time to be there, and they'll tell you the sides that you need to have prepared. Majority of your auditions are going to be shot via self-tape. You'll tape it from home or at an acting studio, you'll edit it, and then you'll submit it. There are some awesome benefits with self-taping. You can shoot the scene as many times as you want. I would not recommend that, but you can. You have that option. And you can control the audio, the lighting, and how you look. Whether you're auditioning in person or self-tape, you need to be off book, which means you need to have your lines memorized. You can still hold your sides if you want, but I personally like to be off book and no sides in hand. When a self-tape audition comes in, the casting director will give you instructions. Make sure you follow all of those instructions to a T. They're very important. And make sure you get your self-tape in on time. Framing. You'll want to shoot your self-tapes horizontally, not vertically. Casting will tell you exactly how they want you to shoot, but chances are it will be horizontal. Leave a few inches above your head. You don't want your head to be cut off and you don't want to be too low. You want to just have a few inches, maybe 2 or 3 inches of space. You'll want to be the center of the shot. So you'll want to be in the center of the frame. Now I've heard in other regions, they do the rule of thirds, and that might be so over there, but here in the States, you should be in the center of the frame. And you'll usually want to shoot from the chest up. However, casting will tell you exactly what they want to see. Backdrops. I use a cloth backdrop that I purchased from Amazon, but you can use paper and iron bed sheet, curtains, or just your plain wall. Neutral colors like blue or gray work great for self-tapes. Bright colors can be too distracting. I have a lot of actor friends who use a jumbo paper roll, and what's great about that is that you can choose any shade of blue, any shade of gray. It works perfectly for self-tapes. Make sure to iron out any wrinkles in your backdrop if you're using cloth, sheets, or curtains. Eye lines. The camera needs to be at your eye level. Do not look directly into the camera lens unless you're directed to do so. If there are multiple people in your scene, create different eye lines. So if I'm talking to 2 people, I can look at camera right or camera left. You don't have to turn your whole body to talk to someone. Just do a small eye line to the right or to the left, and that's sufficient. Readers. You'll want to get a reader so that way you're auditioning with an actual person and not just talking to no one. You can send someone your sides and then just Zoom or FaceTime them. Do not record the lines and try to act with that recorded audio. It will not sound good and it will not look good. If your reader accidentally messes up or skips a word, don't worry about it. Casting is only concerned about you. Lighting. Make sure you are well lit so the viewer can see you clearly. Lighting should always be in front of you. You never want lighting behind you. If you're shooting your self-tape during the day, you can always stand in front of a window and tape. You can use studio lights or ring lights. If your audition scene takes place at night, you still need to have lighting during your self-tape. Wardrobe. Whether you're auditioning in person or self-tape, you always want to look the part. Slate. Casting will always tell you exactly how they want the slate. Make sure to follow those rules. Usually in your slate, they're going to ask for your name, height, and location. So I would say Tyra Kolar, 5'5", Los Angeles. If they want a full body slate, pull your camera back, and it's okay if they see a few things in your background. Definitely clean up your space, but don't worry if your bed or a chair is in the frame. Audio. You've heard the phrase quiet on set. Silence is golden, so you want to silence everything around you. Turn off all TVs, radios, heat, AC, everything. And hold for planes and gardeners. Close the door in the room that you're shooting in and close the closet door. The actor should be louder than the reader, so have your reader stand a few feet back from the camera. Equipment. I do not recommend you go out and spend a lot of money on equipment. Use what you already have. As you book more work, because you will, you can purchase more equipment as you go. You can use your phone or a camera to record your self-tape. I suggest using a tripod with a phone holder so your shot is stable. You don't want your camera to be moving, and if someone is holding it, it will move. Audition footage tends to be large, so I store all of my self-tape footage on a hard drive. Here is my Amazon shop where you will find all of the equipment that I currently use for self-tapes.